Hello Pioneer, my name is Ada. You may remember me as the voice of the hub. Now Fix-It in all its genius has me introducing this talented instructor. Just as a reminder, Fix-It does not provide paid training. All training is undertaken on the Pioneer's own time. Any loss in productivity will result in a lizard doggo being harmed. Without further ado, here's Luca Rick.
Let's try unmuting the mic. What's up, everybody? I hate to kick you right into an ad break after the intro, but we're going to do it. That way we can dive straight in. Sit tight for about 2 minutes, and I will be right back. Maybe. All right, and we are back from the ad break. Let's turn the cam back on. Turn the lights down a little bit. Let me go a little further because I still feel like I'm blown out of the water. What's about 3? Let's see how that looks. All right, let's see where we end up here. That's a little bit better. I don't feel blown out of the water. Let's test a few things. First of all, overhead. Oh, I can't test from there apparently. Let's try it from over here.
There's usually a glitch in the matrix.
And the overhead cam is working now. All right. As you can see, we are in Satisfactory. So to pick up where we left off, we're just going to come up here and hit continue. That's easy. Where did my colored lights go? That's the sound. Yeah, because I have no colored lights. Interesting. Alright, so after the last stream, I did gather a bunch of wood. So with that last tier hub upgrade, we did unlock biomass. So we're going to hammer out some biomass. Let me see. What do we want to get rid of? Well, let's get rid of some more. Here's my lights. They went off till the overhead cam went away. That's weird. Alright, so we will get rid of that, close out, reopen, and craft. Yeah, not sure why switching to the overhead cam did that, but it did. Let's see if switching to the side cam does. Yeah, if I can spell side right. Side cam kept the colors. Weird. Alright, so as you can see, we turned a lot of leaves into some biomass. The good news is biomass burns way slower than leaves or wood. So we are going to go ahead and dump that into our generators. Move the cable that got into my keyboard. And just charge everything back up. Alright. Let's start looking at some objectives. Okay, first thing we're going to go for is logistics. So we need 150 rods, 300 wire, and 150 not reinforced, thankfully, but iron plates. Alright, let's see what we've got in the storage containers. Probably not much. I'll get a few. Main reason we're going for logistics right off the bat, we gotta turn this line back on, is because all of these lines are being underutilized right now. So getting those splitters, mergers, etc. set up, gonna be a huge difference to the game. We're gonna set up a biomass burner, which is going to need 15 iron rods, 25 wire, and 15 iron plates. Let's see what I've got on me here. I'll hammer out some stuff to get this going. Actually, before we do that, we will add it to our to-do list. And we're probably going to go ahead and knock 2 of those in. Alright, so we need like 7 iron plates, 30 iron rods, and 50 wire. Let me give that a minute to hammer itself out.
That's what she said.
Alright, that should maybe be enough. Let's find out. Now we switched over to copper. Copper done. Everything is done. Let's get 2 biomass burners built. And just so they're out of the way, I'm going to build them back here for now. This is all going to get rebuilt fairly soon anyway. We'll grab our power pole and not have enough material for it. So let's go. We need 1 rod. If you can't tell by the way, it surprises me when I go to build something and don't have the materials. I'm used to having materials on me. Alright, let's try that again. We're going to place that right about there. Connect those 2 up to it. Throw in some biomass. And now we're going to come down here and see how we're progressing. So we need 50 rods. What, 296? 286? Yeah, something like that. Wire. And 150 plate. Why? Oh yeah, we got to turn this back on. Part of the reason we were building the biomass. Or the, yeah, biofuel generators. Alright, so that line is rocking and rolling again. Oh, we got a lot of cable right now. Wire. Because it's making wire, because I took the constructor out. That's okay, we're gonna change a bunch of this around in just a minute. Probably do our first teardown once we unlock logistics too. As well, also? Yeah, something like that. Because I don't want to really do base building yet, because that's just going to be running around for a lot of material to build a base until we get some stuff going with logistics. But at the same time, you kind of cart before the horse kind of deal. Logistics to fix it, and then you're tempted to tear it down there, which we may do, we may not. Probably not. Probably just gonna spaghetti it some more from there. Piecemeal it until we get going. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat or something. Which is way better than it was, because I was hiccuping like crazy. Toilet's clear. I don't want to... Nah, let's not. I don't want to play that. Yeah, I never noticed that. What is that? Is that the computer? Huh, it's a yellow screen of death. Alright. So, while we're waiting on stuff to fill up, we will go and do everybody's favorite activity. Gather biomass fuel. Or biofuel, or whatever you want to call it. Gas for the generator. We'll go there. Running around in a circle like crazy for a few minutes. anytime I do this, I try and get my my inventory as full as possible. Just so I have to do this, hopefully. Well, I guess I wouldn't have to do it less, but not as often, I guess, would be the best way to put it. Alright, let's go see where we're at in this chain of stuff. We should have some concrete for sure right now. Let's see. Let's try the right container. Yeah, we get a little bit. No. Alright, so we have our iron frames. We have our rods. How we're looking on wire. And we have our wire. Alright, so we are ready to progress. Let's not run into walls. Alright. What am I doing? Wrong side. Button, button, and button. Control click all of those, fills it up, and then we get to hit the red button.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
Alright, so as you can see, top right pod will return in 3 minutes 27 seconds, and yeah, that goes too fast to even try to say. So that means we've got that long to fill it up again. Next I am gonna go for kinda torn here, but I think I'm gonna go for obstacle clearing, because that's gonna make my life easier while I am... Why are you not outputting anything? That's gonna make my life easier while I am dealing with, oh, I turned you off too. You can turn back on. Oh, apparently missed some petrol remains. That's gonna make my life easier when it comes to power if I go ahead and do obstacle clearing. Okay, so this is producing 30 ingots per minute. This is taking 30 ingots per minute. So it is a 1-to-1 ratio right now, which means it should be operating at 100%, which it is. Alright. So this is taking 45 per minute and producing 15 per minute. It is getting overflowed. Let's go see what the miner's putting out to it. Which, if I'm not mistaken, might be 120. It's either 60 or 120. Hello, Bean. Okay, so 60. So it's outputting 60, and it needs 45. Since I don't have underclocking or anything unlocked right now, if I put another machine on there, that's going to actually hurt production instead of help it, because 45 divided by, or 60 divided by 2 is not 45. So that one's getting left alone. Let's check this one out. Alright, 30 iron ingots per minute. It's definitely backed up, so 15 rods. this is a actually perfect spot for a splitter. So to place the splitter, you hover over where you want to put it, hit control, and it snaps to it in theory. I'm not buying it. Okay, there we go. That, nope. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm trying going further away. Alright, in theory, I'm attached to it. Let's find out. So, we are snapped down. Definitely can't fit another constructor there. Let's grab this and we will put it down there. This is gonna look horrible, but spaghetti happens in the beginning. Now, we're gonna take that and go there, and hopefully...
Milestone exchange concluded.
Hey, look, iron ingots are going. I guess it really did stick. Alright, so we're gonna set this to rods. And come around in front of it, put another constructor down, after we go make some reinforced iron plate. Give me those multiple plates that are screwed together with screws that don't have threads or heads, and yeah. Alright, so run down here, jump, slide, do magic. Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright. Get that down, control to line it up with the one behind it, because we are going to go a direct short feed, hopefully, from that to that. It ain't pretty, it'll work. And we're gonna set this to screws. And you guessed it, we are going to containerize it. Sure, that's a word. I say it's a word. And belt down. Alright, now all we need is power. Take our pole, grab some power. And voila, we have screw production. Now let's take a look at this line over here. So we're producing 30 wire per minute. Let's start at the beginning here. Alright, so you need 30 per minute. You're getting more than that, because that I do believe is a pure node, so you should be getting around 120 per minute. Let's go check. If you're getting 120 per minute, it's going to get creative. For the simple fact that I'm going to split this thing, what, 3 times? You are, in fact, getting 120 per minute, so I could do 4, but yeah. The splitter has 3 outputs. Not to mention I'm low on space already, so why mess with it? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab our splitter, or our smelter rather, and pop him down somewhere out here. Yeah, sure, why not? And we're gonna give him a friend. We are going to break this line for right now. Throw the splitter on the edge of the conveyor. Notice if you put it on the end of a belt, automatically snaps. You're going there. You're going there. After I make some iron plates, apparently. Always crafting, always crafting. That's okay, we should have some iron plates. Not that far down, apparently. There we go. Iron plates. And jumpity, jumpity, jumpity. Clear the spaghetti. And slide. And jump again. Alright, let's try this again. Blue. I'm in the way. There we go. And then we're going to bring that one to there. Once again, we are clipping the hub. Alright, so now we have 3 equal lines of copper. That should have a clear power line, and we need concrete. I can fly. Don't know why I'm trying to go there to get concrete, because I need to go there. And fly. Nope. Yep. Ah! I didn't scream, you screamed. What was I doing? Oh yeah, power. Alright. Give me a pull with some power. Give those guys some power to start smelting. And set our recipe to copper ingots. Ingots, yeah, whatever. Now, we have our one line over here going with copper already. So what we'll do is not take a smelter. We need more reinforced iron plates. We're gonna go ahead and make not enough. Let's go get some rods. Because I don't want to pull from screw production right this second. So we will rock some plates. And there's 6. Let's hammer them together. Alright, so we have our plates ready to rock and roll. Grab a constructor. Line it up with the smelter as best as possible in this. Melt it together. And you're gonna do wire 2. Congratulations. You need power. Oh, you have power. Cool. No you don't. Okay. Let's put a pole between that and that. Now you have power. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. If you go into your build menu, hover over anything, and hit one of the numbers across the top, this, whatever you're hovered over, gets added to your hotbar. So we're going to take our merger, we're going to throw it on that line, snaps to once again. And we're going to take a belt from there and run it there. Now we have 2 sources of wire going. Then we're going to come over here and hope. Nope, there is no way on Earth. Or massage to be whatever this planet's name is. We're fitting another constructor there. So let's do this. Let's bring it over here, turn it around. Find somewhere where it'll go. Oh, we need cable. Well, I don't have cable for you, but I do have wire. I do have some cable. That might be enough. I think it will be. Slide under the belts. Dance around the rocks, don't fall in the water, and come over here. Alright, now I need a constructor, middle mouse button to copy it, and for once, I want you to face the other way. Alright. And wonder if I can line it up with that. No. Alright, we'll put it right there. I'm not going swimming. Run a belt from there to there. Nice little trick. Give me power. You're gonna power. Oh. Need more cable. Alright, so we got wire, so we can just hop over here and make some cable real quick. Hammer out the cable. Yeah, that should be enough to get us through. I'm gonna move that pole actually. Because that works. You have power. Now, secondary constructor. Directly in. Hey look, it put it on legs. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Don't know what the logic is. You're gonna be making wire. You're gonna get in the hole there and go between. And you're gonna be making cable. We go into a container as always. Control to line it up. Run belt down. And we have a production line going of just about every basic material out there now. The only thing we're not making right now is reinforced iron plate. And that's just because that's a pain in the ass to do without having a whole factory behind it. So, we need 500 screws. Let's see. Okay, before I do this, look at these screws. They have no threads. They're smooth as can be. They come in a plastic bin. Who knows where the plastic comes from. And they have no heads. So I guess they're bolts. Alright, we have 348 bolts, screws, whatever. Where are we on cable? Cable just started, so it's probably pretty low still. That's plate. There's concrete. Concrete we are ready to roll on. Jump over here, make sure things are running well. What did I forget to do? Oh, no power. There you go. That was close. Now we have cable running. Alright. As you can see, we have a bit of a manifold system going on here. These lines are backed up, and that one is just about there. Splitting 120 into 90. Why are you red? Why are you not going? Why are you red? Are you backed up? Why do you have no power? What on earth happened? Because you had power. Alright, let's try this again. Cable. Alright, from there to there. Nope, not there, there. Alright, now the world makes sense again and things are flowing. Now, if you want a little trick, you can come out here, run up the side, and see stuff moving on belts. Ain't it glorious? Stuff on belts. Yay. We are really rolling out the copper wire down here. Jeez, there they are. Alright, let's see where we're at on getting this stuff out of here. We're at 112. We're almost to the 500 needed. We have the concrete ready to roll. Jumping over stuff. Slide. That failed. And we're up to 62 wire. We'll go ahead and, cable. We'll go ahead and collect that. Our storage tank is clear, and let's see, what do I want to help out? Everything's actually going pretty good right now, so I don't want to hammer anything out right now. But honestly, at this point, by the time I hammer it out, it'll almost be produced anyway. So this is the point of the game where the automation exceeds the crafting bench if everything is done right. Oh yeah, we're rocking and rolling with some plates. And we have our screws. How are we looking on power? So you can check your power at any power pole. We are producing 100 megawatts of power. We're max consuming, which means if every machine we have, actually if everything we have, not just machines, but lights and miners and everything that's hooked into the power grid turns on, that's what we'll use. So we've got about a, 24 megawatt overhead, which is pretty nice. And we are currently using 67.2 megawatts. Actually, I'm sorry, we're using 44.7. I mean, 53.5. I mean, it keeps changing, obviously. All right. And that's basically based off of machine cycling. So when these machines are loading or unloading or anything like that, you don't get charged for power. Kind of nice, kind of annoying at times. All right, so we have our screws, we have our cable, we have our concrete. Let's load it down. Bye-bye. I got no hand
Milestone
button.
reached.
I'm really
Biofuel
confused
will
where the hand
ensure
button came
maximum
from.
efficiency of biomass burners. To aid in biofuel
Alright, so,
production,
big
you are
thing
now
we unlocked
capable
with
of
that
removing foliage that consists
is our
primarily of
chainsaw.
wood. Additionally, R&D inflated your pocket dimension.
So we're gonna come over here and add the chainsaw to the list. We need 5 reinforced iron plate, 160 screws, 15 cable, and 25 iron rods. You know what? I think we might almost have all of that. The screws maybe a little iffy right this second, but they won't take long to get there. One thing to take into account, that to-do list does not include making the reinforced iron plates. So if I want to add the reinforced iron plates and know exactly what I need, I'm going to hit O to bring up my codex. Reinforced iron plate. Add that to my to-do list. Go edit it. Tell it I want 5. And that's what I actually need. 220 screws. 30 iron plate. And that just basically gives me a shopping list. The shopping list is really convenient, especially when you get to making bigger stuff. So it's good to get in the habit of using it up front. If you'll pay attention, I go between using it and forgetting it's there. Alright, so we should have enough to crank out those 5 reinforced iron plates at the very least. Where's my rod storage? Right here. And what we don't have in screws, we can make up for with rods. So we're going to spend some time over here for a minute. Oh, we have enough on us. Let's go ahead and knock out those 5. And there's 5. And then we're going to hammer out some screws.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Right.
No!
More than enough screws now.
No!
Let's make our chainsaw. Okay, the chainsaw is the first thing that actually has a required fuel type in the game. It's the only fuel to run on throughout the game. I should transfer over to like I'm sorry, not biomass, but coal or regular fuel. This thing only runs on solid biofuel. So we're going to go ahead and turn everything we have in inventory into biomass. Alright, so we have a full inventory, so we're going to go ahead and slide that, and that into storage. Extra ore, click it, drag it down to the trash, and it's gone. Later on, we'll actually be able to sync this stuff into the awesome sync for coupons. Really? I saw it. Alright. We're going to start producing the biomass. We are only going to produce probably 20 of these, and I'll show you why. Alright, so give me 6 reinforced iron plates, not iron frames, not yet. Give me some cable. And we're gonna shoot out over here beside our biomass generators. Lay down a storage container. See if we can do this in 3.5 minutes before it sends you to ad break 1. Actually, let's do this first. Lay down our constructors. So we're gonna do 2 constructors here. Line them up. A little bit of space in between them. Behind each constructor, we are going to put a storage container with the input facing, or with the output rather, facing the input of the container. So green to orange as always. Run the belts. Have a belt. That one's off center. 2 minutes 44 seconds. I think we might pull it off. Alright. Belt in. Give me a merger. We want this merger to face forward. Belt in. And we're going into another constructor. Green and orange, line it up. We're gonna do the hologram just to make sure it's lining up with the right thing, and it is. And belt in. Give me power. Alright, you get power. You get power. And then I need one more power click. This is all gonna get cleaned up. I promise. It's not gonna look like this forever. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna set this to biomass wood. We're gonna set this to biomass leaves. And we're gonna come set this guy up here to solid biofuel. Alright, give me one more container. Where's a container? There's a container. You're a container. Input, lock it in. Lock it into the right place. Pay attention to where you're locking in. That looks about right. Run it across and into there. Everything's set. Let's load the machines. I'm going to go ahead and dump this directly into it. We're just going to give it a head start. So this is our leaves, which I have a whopping 5 leaves. wood on the other end. I think I have, a whopping 400 wood. So now that's going to make our fuel for us. Then all we have to do is pick it up. As you can see, it does it a lot faster than me hammering it out. It made in like 2 seconds what it took me like 5 minutes to make. So we're rolling there. Let's get dangerous. We're gonna pull out the chainsaw, fire it up. And we're gonna go ahead and take our ad break, and we will be right back. Alright, and we are back from the ad break. Now the fun part. We have our chainsaw. We can take down trees. Not only does it take down trees, it does an area of an effect takedown and takes down a lot of stuff. See, watch. Boom. More efficient gathering. We will take it.
The mycelia within this fungus suggests strong molecular bonding features frequently observed in adhesives and medicine, both beneficial for field research. A new research tree can now be accessed in the map.
Alright, so we've unlocked mycelia, which is just fungus, mushrooms. You can also make biofuel out of those, but they're more valuable to me as mushrooms later on in the game once we unlock research. Alright, so as you can see, we are collecting like crazy without running around like crazy. Or as crazy at least. We're just clear cutting the forest. So what I normally do when I do this, I take 20 solid biofuel. And I go out into the wild, and I start sawing stuff down until I run out of fuel. By that time, I should have close to a full inventory? Yeah, I should have close to a full inventory. And that'll keep our power running for quite some time. At least a good 45 minutes or so. speaking of, there goes our grid. We're gonna go ahead and run out the fuel in this before we go rushing back over to power up the grid again. Just because that's gonna be more beneficial to us in the long run. Alright. When I run out of fuel, I get a couple. I think I get one more pull of the trigger. Oh, nope. Yep, one more pull of the trigger, and then we are done. Let's slide through the water, and we're gonna go back over here. And let's see what we produced so far. Alright, we have one stack, so I'm gonna take this and drop it in there just to get it out of my inventory. As you can see, everything is stopped. The power is out. I'm gonna hit the right button. And we're gonna take this solid biofuel and split it into 100 in each one. I forgot I have 3 of these now, so yeah. I think we'll let you run on your own for a moment. I have 4 of these now. That's a lot of biofuel. You get biofuel. You get green stuff. Let's sort our green stuff down and at least give it a full thing of green stuff and kick everything off. As you can see up here, biomass 10 per minute. Biofuel 4 per minute, much slower burn rate. So that biofuel will last us quite a while. Now with all the stuff we gathered, we're going to come over here and drop the wood in. And we're going to drop the leaves in. Leaves go pretty quick, wood goes slower. Mycelia and beast parts go extremely slow. Alright, let's see what our next objective is and start working toward that. Just, we've got power everywhere, we've got everything automated. It's getting hot in here. Alright, so we've got a few options. The next thing we're going to go for is base building, which looks like we have everything for anyway. We could also go for field research, but we're going to put that down the line just a bit. Part assembly is our next big thing, which is going to unlock the assembler for us to let us make rotors, modular frames, smart plating, and copper sheets, which copper sheets aren't made in an assembler, so I'm not sure why they're in that tier, but hey. Coffee stain, gotta love them. Alright, so we got the resource sink after that. We have logistics mark 2, and we have jump pads. Honestly, never used jump pads. Not sure I ever will. They're kinda, they're kinda iffy. They look fun, but they're a little crazy. So our next milestone is going to actually be base building. We're gonna go ahead and knock that out since we're here and we have the parts. Red button time. And bye-bye.
Milestone reached. You have unlocked several structures aimed to provide the first needed to build basic factory infrastructure and improved overview. Building these will provide a grid for more advanced organizing and sectioning of your factory.
Alright, so that was the main thing we needed to start our actual base building, factory building. Start our first factory. We'll go that route. Not going to do anything too crazy with it. It will be an open world factory starting out, which basically just means I'm not going to put walls on it. Base building did unlock the lookout tower, the foundations, the ramps, and the walls. All of the basic stuff to start your first real base if you wanted to do that. We're not going to put too much time into the first base. It's probably going to be about, let's see, how many machines we got out here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's probably going to be about a 12 by 8, maybe 12 by 10, somewhere in there. Maybe do a 12 by 12 just to have some room to move around. Alright, we got a yellow light down here for some reason. Let's see what's going on. Okay, that is slam full. How's this holding up? Oh, it's holding up fine. And that is slam full. So let's take a look at this for a second. So we're producing 30 copper ingots per minute. This is requiring 15. We can actually split off from here, split off from there, and split off from there, and quadruple our production quite easily. I'm not gonna do that without foundations and stuff like that at this point. It's working. I'm not worrying about efficiency right this second. Alright, so for our next goal, where do we want to go with our next goal? I think I tend to try and have a rule not to get to the point that I have to go back to the workbench. So we're going to knock out the field research first, which we have the plates for that. We probably have everything for that. Just have to go gather it up. Oh yeah, we got everything for that, I'd say. Alright. Let's get that sent off. Bye-bye.
The map has been unlocked.
Alright, so we got quite a few things with the field research.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field. To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons. Note,
Alright, so
the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
Are you done? Alright, so let's go over some of the stuff we unlocked there, because that was quite a lot actually. So we got the object scanner. What that's going to do, that's going to allow us to track items in the world around us. I have to say that because it's not like an infinite kind of thing. Let's go ahead and build it real quick. I will hammer this out. For once, it's not screws we need, it's plates. We'll go get some plates. Give me the big stack. That's what she said. Slide jump. Alright. Hammer out the 4 reinforced iron plates. Go over here and make the object scanner. So, starting out, the object scanner is absolutely useless. You have to get off of it so it doesn't drive me crazy. Go ahead and equip our Xeno Zapper again. You have to build its companion standalone interface terminal? What tells it what to do? Let's find a open space because I do have it rather crowded in here. We're gonna go to special. We're gonna build the MAM, and we're gonna need 5 more reinforced iron plates. No big deal. Alright, let's try that again. Let's put the MAM, well, maybe. Let's put the MAM over here. Alright, so we have some mycelia we can research. Let that do its thing real quick. I'm gonna grab those hatcher parts from over there. We have some nutrients we can research as well. Why is my alien tree totally blank? Okay, we apparently not unlocked that tree even though we have killed one, because I was in passive mode. Alright, well, big thing is, now our scanner does stuff. So if you left click, it'll cycle through. If you press and hold, thought it was R or E, but maybe it's because I only have 2 recipes. It'll bring up a radio menu. So it's basically acting like a radar, sonar, radar, no radar, I don't know, tracker. And it tells me that there are nuts around. And there they are. So that's how the scanner works. Alright. Let's go unlock some stuff in the MAM. I know where some enemies are, so we'll go kill one real quick. First of all, let's make sure we are not in passive mode. We are in default. Alright, yeah, there's a hatcher. So we're gonna go running at it, slide, and jab the hell out of it before it does too much damage, hopefully. Alright. What is this? This is iron ore. So there's another source of pure iron ore giving us is that pure? Yes, pure iron ore giving us 3 in this area. So that is quite nice, and one of the reasons that this area is the best area for beginners. Because you've got so many pure nodes around, you don't know what to do with them. Alright, let's see if that unlocked in the MAM. It did not. What on earth is happening here? Alright, power grid down. Let's see what went down. So to figure out which one went down easily, you can see those two have yellow lights, so they have fuel. So let's see what these have got. There's our red light. Give me some juice there. And powered up. Not gonna go through all the biofuel. My ideal situation would be to get them all synced out on biofuel, but I have to have enough biofuel to do that. And that's going to take some time for it to construct. Alright, what is our next goal? Let's hit the right thing. Part assembly. Alright, so we need 200 wire, 200 rods, 500 screws, and 300 plates. We have 300 plates ready to roll. We have 500 screws ready to roll. crouch and walk. Yeah. Alright. We have 200 rods ready to roll. And last but not least, let's see how we're looking on cable. 200 cable ready to roll. Alright, so that was easy. This is why automating this stuff right off the bat saves you a lot of time in the end. But
Milestone reached. More complex
Bye-bye.
assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly
Alright.
parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
so I am tempted to crank out 100, sorry, not 100 reinforced iron plates, but the 50 reinforced iron plates and all that. But I know if I do it, I'll put off building this factory. So let's give it a minute for it to pile up. I'm going to go ahead and send us to ad break, and I am going to take a break as well, and I will be right back with you. Welcome back. So we've got about 42 seconds before the pod comes back. Let's see where we're at on producing some stuff. So one thing's for sure, we're definitely gonna need way more iron plates than that to start our factory. So if you come over here, we're going to be doing the 4-inch foundation for the floor, and if we're going to be doing 12 by 10, means we're going to need 120 of those foundations. So we need 240 plates to start with, and that's not counting building machines and everything else. So what we'll do is let this gloriousness over here keep running. We will run over here where we've cleared some area out already and clear some more area. Let's get our chainsaw. Do we have any solid biofuel on us? No, we don't. Let's get some solid biofuel. Alright. We'll have that stack down again, and one more time. That should do us. It's sorted, it puts it all back together. Like magic. But with math. Alright, now let's power up our chainsaw. Try that again. Power up our chainsaw. And go Texas Chainsaw Massacre with some stuff. If I can hold it still. There we go. So we have a pretty decent vista now, open plate, platform, whatever you want to call it. Ready to build. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit press and hold Alt, scroll my mouse wheel. If you look at the bottom, it switches my hotbar. So we go from that hotbar to that hotbar. Alright, same thing to add things to your hotbar as any other time. Hover and press the button you want to assign it to. So we're going to assign those to 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. In building in the world, you have options. You can build wherever you want. If you build out here, you get twists and turns and, what is that, 5-degree increments and stuff like that. You can press R and go into zoop mode, which basically lets you place it and then drag it out up to 10. You can do R again and go vertical. Or you can just do the default and put one down. Now, when building in the real world, my recommendation is this. Take your foundation, put it right around where you want it, and press Control. If you press Control, it's going to snap to the satisfactory world grid. See, look. This is going to make lining up belts, other buildings, things like that, a lot easier. So we're going to build the first one, switch it to Zoop, and we're going to go out 9 more. Actually, let's go out ahead and go out 11 more. So there's 10. So that's 11. Because we had the first one already. And then we just need one more. if I can get it lined up. Alright, so that gives me an idea of where our boundary is. And now we'll clear some more stuff out. We're going to go ahead and clear those out for now. Select multiple things. Bring up your dismantle by hitting F. Hold the control button and scroll over whatever you want. Now, be careful because not only can you get the foundations, you can get machines, you can get containers, you can get the hub. Basically anything that's buildable you can select doing that. There is a way to set a hotkey, which I guess I'll do it real quick. Go into options, go to controls. Key bindings rather. Scroll down to, what is it called? Wait, what? To toggle ghost fly? What does that do? Right. Oh. These are my add-ons showing me add-on stuff. Interesting. Alright, so G is our current dismantle feature. So hit F, control, G. And now it will only allow me to select foundations. Alright, so we'll get this cleared out and build up. Back to the chainsaw. Alright, so that looks pretty cleaned up. Now, one thing I will point out, let me grab my foundation here. If I come over here, snap that to the grid and come this way, I'm going to cut right through that rock. That rock isn't going anywhere. It's going to be there. So, to avoid that, what we'll do is we will hover over the rock and press Control. And then we cover the rock, because we don't want any rocks sticking out of our factory foundation, obviously. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come up here. We're actually going to build. Get the little stragglers out of the way that the chainsaw didn't get. Oh, I missed one. Alright, so we're going to come up here. Make sure there's nothing around me. We're actually going to start our factory right here. So that's going to be our first block. It's going to give us plenty of room. And we're going to go math. We're going to go 12 total. So let's go 4 that way for 5, 7 that way, and that should give us 12. Let's see if I can still do math. And we have 12. Alright. Now we're just going to take it and zoop out. See, that's the thing. Material. We're out of concrete. Let's go get some concrete. I should have plenty in storage. I keep trying to slide into troughs. There we go, there's some flat land. Oh yeah, plenty of concrete. We'll take both stacks to go. And fly. Oh, the weird flower bird thing in its natural habitat. I don't know what it is. It opens its mouth, it looks like a flower, a bug flies in, and it says gulp. Flower bird thing is what I'm going with. Alright, so as you can see, I am relatively short and having a hard time jumping up onto here. So, I mean, I could come down here every time, but yeah, I think I will for now. But if I didn't want to come down here and wanted to start down here where I tried to come up before, all I gotta do is pop down a ramp. So we will leave the ramp there just because I will come up on that side more often than not and try and go up there and be ticked off I can't. Alright, so we have 1. We want to go out 9 more to make our bed 10. Now the easy part. Click. Come down here. Point at that last foundation and you have it. Well, zooping is not the fastest. It is definitely faster than individually built enemies, which is what you used to have to do. The fastest? Probably blueprints or smart mod. Which we'll look at mods probably in a totally separate episode. Probably a totally separate series. Alright, because I kind of want to keep this as vanilla as possible. Go to the end, go to the end. This is exciting, like watching paint dry. Just building foundations. If you really get bored, you can switch between the foundations. Alright, so that's our platform built there. Now, the other reason I did this is that iron node we found earlier back over here. Gonna be great for the reinforced iron plates. Alright, so let's figure out what we've got total. So we have 1 pure copper node, 1 pure iron node. I'm sorry, we have 3 pure iron nodes. And I think that's a normal limestone. Let's see if there's another limestone around we can grab. Yeah, there's another one somewhere. Alright, so there's another limestone up there, so that gives us limestone galore, which we need, but we don't need immediately right now. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to let all this stuff run for right now. Let's figure out what we need. So, I'm going to bring this over here. We're going to go to satisfactory calculator. Actually, I'm sorry, we're going to go to satisfactory tools. Alright, so we're going to be aiming for iron plates. Iron rods. Screws. I've never tried this like this, but let's see what happens. Wire. Cable. And reinforced iron frames. And then last but not least, we're gonna get rotors. And for the pièce de resistance, modular frames. All in one factory. This is a pretty good starter factory setup. That's basically everything we can do. I don't even know if we can build modular frames yet. Let's see. Pull up codex, go to parts, and we can. Alright, so we're going to build for all of those things. As you can see, that's most of our current tiers production. You've got your plates, your rods, your wire, your cable, your... I left out concrete. Let's add in concrete. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. So we have, what, 3 iron nodes, so that's 120 a piece, I believe. Let's make sure. Yes, 120. So we're going to go 3 times 120, which is 360. And we're going to come over here and tell it we have 360 iron ore to play with. Now, I believe there's another copper node around here. Let's see. Copper, 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 copper. There's copper ore node number 1. Copper ore node number 2 is really far away. Okay, no, there's not another copper node around. So, we will make do with what we have copper ore node. Copper ore node wise. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so you are making 120 per minute. Come in here, set it to 120. And our limestone is rocking a whopping 60 per minute. Alright, so that should have everything we need to build everything that we have on this other page. Go to production. Set everything to maximize. And we have an idea of what's going on. Alright, so it has literally limited everything down to 7.2 per minute, and I'm not sure why. So yeah, bad way to do it. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna do it like this. Go iron plate. Do we want to dedicate a whole line to iron plate? Probably not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. How do we want to do this? Yeah, we'll dedicate a whole line to iron. We'll dedicate a whole line to simple iron. Let's do that. Actually, we have 2 lines, so we'll dedicate 2 lines. So 120 times 2 is 240. We'll go to production. We will add iron rods. We will add screws. And that has our simple iron production out of the way. Maximize that. Let's see what we've got. 240 ore into... I definitely think I can live with those numbers. Now, the big thing is we don't have over and underclocking unlocked yet. Let's see if we can do that real quick. Actually, we won't be able to do that real quick. So we're gonna... I believe that takes some modular frames and stuff, and I don't want to hammer that stuff out. So we will go with the numbers that it's given us to set up our factory. Now, here's the other thing. Because I'm doing it this way, we're going to need more space. Because as you can see, just doing that 8 smelters right there on a 10 by 10 frame. Yeah. Let's see here. How do we want to do this? I know what we'll do. We're going to unlock the awesome sink because at this point we need to go vertical. So 8 is the highest number there. Let's get the copper line figured out real quick, which is just wire and cable. We're going to maximize those. And that's going to be 120 copper ore. We're looking at 4 smelters, 8 constructors, so 8 again. I see a pattern. Then we have our concrete, which not going to be near that bad. So we'll actually probably end up squeezing concrete in somewhere else. Maximize that. And we're doing 60 per minute concrete. So yeah, 2 constructors. So that's probably going to go in with the maybe the smelters on the copper floor, because it'll have some extra space in the smelter section. Then run belts to get it down the line. Sounds like a plan to me. And then last but not least, our complex iron. Actually, hang on a second, I'm forgetting something. In the wire factory we need, or in the copper factory we need to add copper sheets. And we're going to want to maximize that. What did that change out? Still 4 smelters. Alright, so yeah, and we're producing about 35 a minute, a little bit under that. Alright, so we have, last but not least, our advanced iron factory. Or I wouldn't say advanced, complex. Yeah, we'll go with complex. And that's going to give us blah blah blah. What do we need? We need modular frames. We need reinforced iron plates. And we need rotors. The fun thing is, all of that is iron. So to produce 10 of each per minute, we're going to need 472.5. We have 240 available. We are going to come up here to items. I'm not willing to fork over all 240 because we have another project coming up with a space elevator. So let's say 120, we'll dedicate 1. And it can't do the math on that. Can it do the math on 240? Alright, so go 120. Come over here and maximize it. .54 of everything per minute for 120 ore. Not the best. Let's see if we have any other iron around. So, trick. Do your scan, hit your map. Oh, there's more iron. Oh, that's the one we're going to take anyway. More iron up here. What are we looking at purity-wise? Normal, normal, normal. Okay, so we'll save this for later. We're going to run 240 into this factory here. Now, couple limiting factors. Number 1 being belts. So our belts can currently only transport 60 per minute. So we're not going to get full. We're not going to get full productivity on anything until we get those belts faster. But we'll at least have a start going, and then when we upgrade the belts, it'll be ready to roll. Let's go ahead and up that to 240. And see what we've got. Alright, that's a little better. Still not exactly where I want it. Ideally, I'd be producing 10 reinforced iron frames per minute. Minimum. But we'll see where we end up. Let's start with the basic iron stuff. Now, if I remember correctly, yes, I heard a fuse pop. Let's see, we need fuel. We have fuel. Sort that down. We actually have stuff to put into fuel. Do a little dump. Very small dump, because that's just the stuff we cleared off over on the platform. And where are you at? We're gonna bump you up just to get that out of my inventory. And you need power. You're gonna need power, so we'll go ahead and put you in. How are you two looking? 46. We're gonna go ahead and bump you up as well. Alright, so that should give us a little while. Let's kick it off. Another thing I'm going to do is set up a power structure with this factory build. We're not going to use these, because see, if you look at these, they give you 20 megawatts. Same amount of fuel burning, everything else. These guys give you 10 more megawatts a piece, so I'm really kind of hurting myself using those right now. But starting out, it's not so bad. So what we will do, we will come over here, drop down to the lower part of this, and build a little platform there. And run out of iron frames. Or iron plates. Plate. All right, so that's going to be one more. And we'll run out of concrete that time. This first part of the game is a lot of running back and forth to keep stocked up on stuff. Concrete. Give me concrete. Here we go. Alright. Now, what that floor will become is, we'll move the hub up there, and we'll put the power generators on there, and basically the MAM and the workbench and stuff like that. It's basically going to become like a base, so to speak. Once again, we're in an area where I'm going to keep trying to come up, so let's go ahead and just build a ramp. Where do we want to build a ramp? You know what? We will build a ramp over here. Maybe. Alright, so we will build a ramp, not going out, coming down. Yeah, that's a good place for a ramp. Then we will come over here, build a ramp up onto the factory floor. Now, I'm going to run all my logistics over to here to get things coming in that way. And we should be okay to start. Let's go ahead and set our to-do list up. So I know right off the bat we're going to need at least 4 biomass burners. At least. We're going to go ahead and multiply that a little bit, take it up by a factor of 2. So we'll have 8 to start with, which will give us more than enough power. But the good thing about the biomass burners, they only use fuel if they're being pulled on. That's the only power generation in the game that does that. The rest, you get what you get, and you're better off putting it into power storage if it's available. Alright, so we're gonna need that. We're just worrying about this first line right now, so 8 smelters, 8 constructors. Five more constructors, 6, 7, 8 more constructors. So we need a total of 16 constructors. And why I bother doing the math, I don't know. We'll click over here and it'll tell me. 16 constructors, 8 smelters, and away we go. Alright, so the way we're going to lay this out is going to be just a tad different. So we're going to put all our smelters in a row. Actually, let's go get all our materials together first. Especially those reinforced iron plates, because that's going to take some hammering out. Fortunately, this is going to be one of the last times we have to hammer out reinforced iron plates, because we're going to be cranking them out. I may change my mind on the way we're doing that as far as the advanced stuff goes, because like I said, I want to get at least 10 reinforced iron plates rocking at a time per minute, because otherwise it just crawls. And I don't really like doing a BRB play on a local machine, which is what we're on. We're not on a dedicated server, so when I close the game, it stops producing until I start it back up. So that's a trick. If you want a game that keeps on playing while you're away, dedicated server is the way to go, but there are some bugs and different challenges with that, especially at this stage of the game with the biofuel. Once you get automated fuel, it's pretty nice in that aspect, but there are still some bugs with like hypertubes and things along those lines. So just your average bugs. Dedicated servers are still considered unsupported by Coffee Stain, so until they're fully supported, hopefully modded too, that's up to you if you want to play. Once they're fully supported and moddable and whatnot, then that's probably going to be the undoubted way to go. Just your factory will be live 24/7 and producing whether you're there or not. Alright, we can make our 32 reinforced iron plates. While that happens, I am going to chill for a minute. Alright, and we have our iron plates. Let's see, that's our most complicated thing. Everything else is being manufactured out here, so let's see where we're at. Wires. Oh, geez, we got plenty of wire. Where are we at on rods? Rods we're good on. before we're on cable, which the big thing to take into account, this doesn't include things like power poles. But we're ready to start. I think we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Because we're at a good stopping point. We're ready to start building stuff. We have the starter to our starter factory going. We have our foundation. So, the only other thing I want to do before we do that is take a look at the requirements for this awesome sink. Because honestly, there's some stuff that we're going to need for the factory that only comes from the awesome sink. Mainly stuff to make it vertical. I could do it with ramps. It's not pretty. I've done it before with ramps. Okay, those use basic materials. We're going to go ahead and finish this milestone out, and I'll show you guys how to get started with the awesome sink. Alright, so we need 200 plates. This is probably going to cut into our production needs for the factory, but it'll be worth it. At least it doesn't require reinforced iron plates. Alright. Click. Oh, we don't have enough concrete. Alright, so we're gonna need some more concrete. What we're gonna do, so we need about 100 and, what is it, 400 minus 173, so 263 concrete. So what we'll do, we will grab our portable miners here and help our concrete factory. So you can't place more than one miner on a node, but what you can do is come down here and you can place portable miners on it. So we're going to equip those, plop them down. Let those run for a minute. I can go and grab the backup on that. What we'll do is we will plop down a craft bench. We'll just create it out here while we're standing here. So we need 263. Cooler in this room. We'll go ahead and take what you got. And what you got, sort it down, and hammer it out. Alright, so we've got 100. Let's run down here and see how many we've got made. That'll give the miners some time to fill up too. So this stage of the game you can actually run on or against the belts if you want. When you get a little faster, running against them, not so much. Alright, so we're at 167. We need a little under 100. So it'd be like, what, 94 more to go, if my math is accurate. Which I never claimed that, but hey. Let those fill up. Not as backed up as I thought you were, but you're still pretty backed up. Coming up on 2 hours, I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow, all that other fun stuff. I am on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. After I hit the
Fix-It
right
efficiency
button.
tip.
Let's try that again.
Pioneer, this concludes your Fix-It unpaid mandatory elective training. No lizard doggos were harmed during this training session. Fix-It thanks you for your participation.